the Michigan Coral Expo. We got Steve here with us to show us around. Hopefully we can see some really cool things.
Yep.
This is really neat. I've never been to one of these before. I'm just digging even the vibe of having like the lower lights because everything
right.
you've got to
This is what the aquarium is going to look like.
Yeah.
Dark and
honestly,
just the tanks lit.
I can't wait.
This is Michigan's biggest show too, so you're going to see the best of the best of Michigan on first too. It's pretty cool.
Oh my God, look at this guy. He's got a mohawk.
They're just firefish.
Firefish?
So yeah, firefish. There's a few flavors of them. Those are real common, real peaceful. You can school them. They're really, really cool fish. Great for reef tanks.
That one's cool too. What's that orange one?
Almost like a long
With the stripe?
clownfish.
Yeah, exactly.
Clown wrasse, they call it.
Wrasse,
Right. And
okay.
this is its juvenile state, transformed. You wouldn't even think it's the same fish.
Wow.
It looks nothing like that as an adult.
There's different reptiles like that too.
Oh, yeah,
you know,
transform.
snakes,
Right,
snakes,
right.
or lizards, same thing. Babies, and then look totally different.
Totally different,
So that's
though.
kind of cool.
Yeah, really, really cool.
Are we gonna have any
A
starfish?
lot of stuff. There's a lot of cool ones. So there's some that are reef safe, some that are not reef safe. Linkias is the common name. Red Linkia, there's purple, there's a ton of them.
Look at this.
Identical.
Isn't that crazy? Can you see that?
It almost looks like those whip scorpions or something.
Like it's a combo of a lot of
There's
different
so many
weird
kinds of
things.
starfish. These are like serpent stars.
Oh yeah, I saw
You
some
see
of these
these?
in Hawaii
yeah, you
actually.
see them all over?
That and the sea cucumber. You're going to be kind of designing the whole coral tank.
Right.
Do you have like some things in mind? The things here like the things that you're going to want to put in there?
The cool thing with the tank at Legacy, it's so huge. Almost everything you see here, we're going to be able to keep.
Okay.
You know, there's a few things that might be invasive or grow too fast. Actually, they're too easy to keep. Some stuff are just too hard to keep in captivity. Might be too high maintenance. The tank is so huge. We're going to be allowed to do things that you can't do in smaller tanks. You're going to see so many things here that you're definitely going to see on a bigger scale, obviously at Legacy.
Look at those. Those literally just to me look like
Right.
a rock.
Totally
it's
different.
flat,
Right.
but it's not obviously because you've got the color. Like, what's the difference?
Some are hard coral, some are soft coral. The hard coral is like when that coral dies, there's literally a skeleton. There's a hard coral remaining, a skeleton. Like you'll see,
Those are
bleached
like the
coral.
right. That's the pieces
That's,
that you'll buy.
That's the skeleton. Where if the polyp dies, the soft coral, it completely all disappears.
Gone.
There's no skeleton, there's no calcium base, there's nothing like that. So that's the difference.
Is
between
one
some of these
harder
corals.
to keep than the other?
Both are hard, both are easy. There's so many species.
They're all hard.
Right, they're all hard. They're all easy for me, but they all might be hard. They
So
grow.
glad we
Right.
have Steve
Right.
to do that.
There's some anemones that are like a couple $1,000s a piece. Like people have no clue how some of
So
this
I got a
stuff
question
costs.
on
Yeah.
this. This is a pretty decent size in my mind. So like,
Right.
how old would something like that be?
Not as old as you think. I think within under 2 years you would be able to get an anemone that big.
Okay, and do they start?
They start
tiny,
tiny.
Okay.
More exotic, a little more rare. You can see.
700.
Yeah, you get $700 for one.
But that's still like 2 years to get something that size.
Right.
Is still a long time.
and you start with one. They split off. You'll
Oh,
start.
really?
Oh, they'll reproduce in your tank like crazy.
Oh, okay.
These are like animals.
Right.
These aren't rocks.
No.
These are not rocks.
No, these are real animals. They grow, they reproduce. Each one of these is a separate egg. Each one. So you can take this coral here, cut it up into 10 pieces, and then grow them from that. For some corals, you really can't do that. You'll kill it. But a lot of them you can propagate. That's why you see a lot of here.
Oh, look who's here. You know, you actually existed outside of Legacy.
Right?
I do. He was in the truck with us the whole time.
Look who we ran into.
What's up?
George!
I'm a saltwater guy. I obviously love all aquariums, but I got into the saltwater side of aquariums. And the fish that got me into all of this is right here. Different varieties of clownfish. We've got frostbites, which are all the different spots on them. We got some black eyes. Clownfish are like the guppy of the saltwater world. Easy to care for, they're adorable, and then they come in so many different shapes, patterns, colors, so there should be like something that sticks out to you. Probably the oldest fish that I have in my personal aquarium collection is a clownfish, and I think it's about 12 years old. And I've had that one since the beginning, like since I started.
Yeah, they can live over 20 years, so
Yeah.
it's pretty awesome.
Fun fact, this is way back in, I believe, 1990. Brian and I went down to the Keys in a trip with some friends, and we actually visited a huge clownfish breeder back in those days, and that's when this white stuff was just starting
Yeah,
to
it was all
happen.
new, probably.
Yes,
It was
oh my
crazy
God,
money
blew
for
our
those,
mind.
yeah.
Thousands of them all over the place. That was
Yeah.
really my first introduction, and I fell in love way back then.
They're like the most
And
iconic
have them,
saltwater
But that
fish,
is like
you know.
a
My version of that is when they came out with the long fin clownfish, long
Yeah.
fantails.
Crazy looking.
Yeah, now it's like, it's been probably 10 years since they came out with that, but
Right.
like, I remember when I was a young kid, I was like,
Like,
what is
that's
going
unbelievable.
on?
Right.
What is going on?
Literally looks like a flower garden. Don't they look like little tiny flowers?
Yeah, yes, 100%. Alice in Wonderland. Each one
Has
is
a separate head too. So this is, again, you get a big colony, they'll cut them up in little pieces. Sometimes just one. They'll just glue it to a rock. A few months later, you'll have 4 or 5.
Spread and
They
get
just
more, or
split.
they get bigger?
No, they spread and get more.
But they all
You're
stay
seeing
small like that.
Exactly. What you're
Okay.
seeing, that's a full adult one. And the species, some are way bigger, some are a lot smaller.
Just like flowers.
Right. Like look at that one right there. See how the one's really long?
Yeah.
They send those out there as like feelers. So they're feeling out their area. So they know they have room to grow basically. So that's gonna shoot out a long runner, long tentacle, and just kill anything around it. So now it tells it that it can grow bigger.
What would it kill? Would it try to kill fish or just okay?
Anything
So other
around it.
coral.
So it's like giving it space, room to grow. When you have that in a tank, you don't put it near anything because
I see that.
Some of them are like this big. They literally, it'll be like a 12-inch tentacle, and they do it at night, and it just starts killing everything. Literally like Coral Wars. It's like Coral War, like legit.
So are these the ones that have the skeleton?
Yeah,
Okay.
those are active. Yep. If that one died, it would just be exactly that size, but just all white. Remember, like old school aquariums would have all that bleach coral. That was really alive.
This looks like some Ghostbuster kind of stuff.
ectoplasm. Some ectoplasm.
It's actually a phytoplankton. It's just a live food for coral. You can grow coral fast without it, but if you really want to grow coral a lot faster and even colors better, you can actually feed it live phytoplankton. We actually grow it at DRC. Several species of plankton. Some is just higher fat, some is lower fat. Some coral eat it, some coral won't eat it. It's almost like steroids for coral.
First, I think of fish, in aquariums. But like this is a different whole organism that's alive. It's not just decoration. Like I don't know. I think most people like me who aren't into it would just think this is just decorations,
or something, right?
Yeah. No, this is actually a living thing that you have to take care of and feed. And
Right.
this is so crazy.
Oh yeah, here we go. It's just a pillow star, just a cool starfish you don't see too often. I figure you guys will check it out.
Oh my God, it's Patrick Star.
You'll see why it's called pillow star. Insane. That's so ridiculous. That's a prostopedic.
Oh my God.
Cowrie snail. So you always see the shells all the time, don't you?
Yeah, I've never actually
Here's the
seen.
living. Here's the
that's-
real thing.
I
Little
never
shell.
thought about what lived in that
Right.
shell. Like you
They
see
look-
those all the
they're
time.
shiny and glossy. It doesn't
Yes.
even look real.
And these are a
So
snail?
crazy.
Yep, a type of snail. Exactly. They're not as common, but they're being more common now. Urchins, some just knobby stars.
I feel like
Oh
I
my
have to
gosh.
blur this.
But it definitely gives me Beetlejuice vibes.
You got to keep them away from everything. Every fish you
eat
got,
everything.
yeah, they're very predatory.
So if someone comes and buys it, like how do you transport that?
I mean, no different than a fish. They just go in a plastic bag with pure oxygen type of thing. But some corals, they're real sensitive to touch. Rubber band a piece of styrofoam to the back of them so they float in the bag. So the actual coral doesn't tumble around and get messed up. Just enough water to keep them wet and a lot of air so they can last in transport for a longer period of time.
Oh shit, I failed them all.
You're welcome. Thanks.
Excuse me, sir. Is this salt water?
No, it's all fresh
Is this
water.
fresh water? Exactly. This is my good buddy Joel. So out of all these vendors here, this is my guy, Motor City Corals. He's literally got the cleanest coral in the game. He's fanatical like I am. He's insane. None of these are his kids. I'm not sure why he brought them.
Steve's stepkids. Oh, like Steve's gonna be there?
He's also a car fanatic. He's my car guy. How much work is it to really do this stuff? Like tell people like really how much time it takes. People are seeing the end result, but they're not really
just
seeing what it
looks
really
so
takes.
Easy, it's years and years of collecting. So like, these weren't just bought at a store or anything like that. These are all collected like almost individually over, 20 years. Maintaining them, keeping them healthy, good equipment like Bashy equipment to like sustain it, for 10 years. Keep a coral alive for 10 years.
Right.
That's a feat, right?
Right.
And
Let alone grow it,
cut it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's biology, it's science, but it just takes a lot more time than people think. Dedication, and you got to know your stuff. Joel, he knows his stuff. He's just awesome at it.
I had no idea that so much could go into just a piece of coral. I love this world because it's no different than the reptiles and how you can do stuff with breeding or plants and how you're crossbreeding or same thing. You can do different things with lighting to achieve different things. It's the exact same thing here. I love this so much and think this is so amazing. I can't wait to just learn more and more about this.
What?
See, all these places have all these glow sticks.
It's kind of an industry thing that just for pointing and picking.
You don't like put your fingers in the water and
No
stuff
one's
like
putting their
that.
fingers because you'll have lotion on your fingers. So
Yeah.
the whole thing is to keep it sterile. They glow because everything is actinic light or blue light, so it just looks cooler and it makes it easy for people to pick out what they're buying and stuff like that.
Glasses?
Glasses, yeah, those are for blind people. No, I'm just joking. So if you look at the coral
Do they make a
without
difference? Oh my goodness.
it's a huge difference. Colors change, everything really changes with those glasses.
Because now you're cutting out the blue.
Filters the blue out.
Right.
I wish you could show that on the camera.
Wow.
all these tricks,
It does
corals.
really make them pop.
Because
Yeah.
buying coral is all about the littlest difference in colors and intensity.
But I just think it's cool because like you guys did a lot of reptile shows. I'm sure there was a lot of things that you didn't happen before you guys did it and then everyone started doing it. Like that one company did it and then everyone started doing it, right?
Oh, it came out of nowhere.
It looks like a Pokemon.
Oh my God, it does. What is that?
Small polyp stony coral is what that SPS stands for. A little bit of a slower grower, but it comes in every crazy color. But they're actually more of a beginner SPS. A lot of people start with that coral. It's easier to keep in the higher end stuff. So they'll start with that. If they do that okay, then they'll build up to the higher end stuff.
Ooh. Those are cool. This is sweet.
We've also got different color variations too underneath.
That's a cool piece. Check that out.
That one right there.
Yeah, it's actually called donut coral or sclomia, but there's some really cool just for,
It looks like a donut.
yeah, it looks like, it's just like exotic art, you know.
It's making me hungry.
Yeah.
It's weird because you see it moving too, so you look at it, you would think it's solid. Look at the way, I'm sure if you touched it, it'd be real soft and squishy.
The Demogorgons?
Yeah.
What are those?
It's funny. They're called gorgonias.
Are they?
That's so ridiculous.
How did I do it?
We want you guys to open so bad. I live like at
You
24.
do.
Yeah.
We do.
You should hear about these guys.
I'm a fish junkie. I live at 24 and Mound. I go to Detroit Reef Club. I go to all the spots. I'm always the one chatting you up on Instagram. I'm the real Joe Riggs.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
All right,
I'm Joe.
cool.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for
I'm
all the
Joe.
support.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna buy a membership.
Just find it so cool, guys, that like coming to a show like this, you see all these people giving support, people all over the place that cannot wait for Legacy to open. And like we just said, obviously we can't wait either. But as we're here at this show right now, water continues to fill up the 30,000 gallon shark tank. So it's super exciting, and just getting to a show like this and seeing Bashy and Lori kick tires around just gives me so many good vibes. I've been to Aquashello a couple times, but never to a show like this. And the fact that it's only about an hour away from the shop, you guys should come check this out too.
That's wild.
Oh my God. It doesn't get any cuter than that.
Clowns are just the best.
They're so sick.
They've always been one of my favorite fish ever.
Look at the all white face. Can you get close?
If you look it up, you'll be like, what?
Just,
You're
it's
ruining
all
the
white
whole-
with just the like orange
I
nose.
saw what
Can
you
you
said
see
about
how
it.
cute
So
that is?
cute.
How just taking that color away and just having the orange on the nose makes it look like
Right,
it's
everyone-
kind of like a clown
Whatever starts
nose.
out
Oh my
good,
God.
somehow.
Dad joke activated. It kind of reminds me of the spy, like the ball pythons where it's
Yeah,
just
where
the
it's
head
just
pattern.
the head, yeah, for sure.
I brought jellyfish too today.
Oh, this is cool.
That is awesome. So what type are these? Moons?
So these
Okay.
are what we'll have, right?
Yeah.
And this will be kind of, I mean, obviously we have a big version of it, but
Yes.
this is kind of the idea, right?
Is this saltwater?
This is saltwater.
Tell me your thoughts.
So actually it was really cool. I'm so glad we got to come. We saw so many different cool things here, learned so much information. I am so excited to see our tank come alive now that I have the understanding for that. And I'm excited to watch you put that together.
It'd be more than me, but yeah. I'm excited too. I think at least you got a little bit of a glimpse of what we're going to have on a much bigger scale at Legacy.
Yeah.
It's going to be exciting. It's going to be sweet.
Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, there's a playlist that you can watch all kinds of videos. You can also hit that subscription button. It would mean a lot to me. Also, hit that like button while you're down there. Have a wonderful day, Reptile Army. Remember, be kind to someone, and I promise I'll see you in the next one.